Welcome to the Refusion Podcast, where we transform patient care.
Welcome back to another episode of the Refusion Podcast. I'm Jennifer.
I'm John.
Today, we're covering Volume Beats Perfection, what 647 patients just told us about how they actually choose a doctor.
Yeah, and this is a really fascinating deep dive because I think we all just assume a higher star rating is automatically better.
Right. I mean, you would naturally think a perfect 5-star score is the ultimate goal for any clinic,
Yeah.
but the data we're looking at completely flips that assumption on its head.
It really does.
Yeah.
Like the fact that clinics are just killing themselves trying to maintain this flawless 4.9 or a 5, it's crazy when you actually look at the numbers.
Exactly. So in this 2026 Refusion study, we see that when you actually force patients to choose, almost 60% of them bypass the doctor with a glowing 4.9 rating if that doctor only has a handful of reviews.
Wow.
Yeah, they overwhelmingly go for the 4.5-star provider who has over 1,000 reviews, which is just wild to think about.
Well, it makes sense if you think about it. I mean, a 4.9 with only 25 reviews feels kind of suspicious.
Yeah, it really does.
It's sort of like walking past a restaurant that has a huge sign saying voted best food, but you look inside and it's literally just the owner's family eating at one single table.
Right. That is a great analogy. But let me push back on that just a little bit because, I mean, healthcare isn't a restaurant, right?
Sure.
If I'm looking for a surgeon, shouldn't I just want the objectively highest rated surgeon, regardless of how many people actually went out of their way to write a review?
You would think so, but that's where this psychological mechanism called Bayesian trust kicks in.
Bayesian trust.
Yeah. So mathematically, a really low volume of perfect scores is basically a red flag to our brains. Bayesian trust means we update our baseline beliefs based on the weight of new evidence.
Okay, so we need more evidence to actually believe the score.
Exactly. When you see 1,000 reviews averaging a 4.5, your brain intuitively registers that as a confirmed, stable pattern of safety.
Oh, I see. So 25 perfect reviews just don't offer enough evidence to override our natural skepticism.
Right. We need that massive volume to prove authenticity.
So the sheer volume acts as the proof. Like 1,000 people can't all be the doctor's cousins or best friends.
Exactly.
It tells you, okay, this place is real, they see a lot of people, and the care is solidly good.
Well, it proves they were good at least. But we all know reviews get stale.
Wait, so you're saying they have an expiration date?
Oh, absolutely. What the data reveals is that the penalty for having outdated reviews is much harsher than the industry thought. About 66% of patients are weighing the average rating right alongside recency.
So if I have 1,000 glowing reviews, but the last one was from like 2 years ago, does that Bayesian trust still hold up?
Not really. It expires really quickly.
Yeah.
Because look at the reality of patient flow. The study showed 80% of these patients visited a provider in the last 3 months.
Oh, wow. So healthcare is just a constant stream.
Yeah. So if a clinic hasn't had a review in a year, the brain immediately asks, well, what happened?
Right. Did the management change? Or maybe that one really good nurse practitioner left.
Exactly. And the uncertainty rushes right back in. And the stakes of that uncertainty are incredibly high, especially for specific age groups.
Like who?
Well, the study shows reliance on reviews hits its absolute peak at about 86% for patients aged 45 to 60.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense, actually. That's the demographic where you're moving from just occasional urgent care visits to managing real chronic conditions.
Yeah, the stakes are just higher.
Right, so you need constant reassurance that the clinic is operating at a high level right now, not just 3 years ago.
Which means relying on organic whenever they feel like it. Patient reviews is just a failing strategy.
So what's the fix?
To prevent that stale review uncertainty, the data points to automated triggers. Practices have to capture feedback within 24 to 72 hours post-visit.
Why that specific window, though? Why not a week later?
Because that's when the emotional relief of the visit is still super fresh. You know, the patient got their answers, they feel cared for, and they are highly motivated to share that experience right then.
Oh, and if you wait a week, life just gets in the way and you lose the data point.
Exactly.
So you really can't just cross your fingers and manually beg for perfect feedback anymore. The whole digital strategy has to shift.
Right. It's a total paradigm shift. You have to move away from chasing isolated 5-star unicorns and build an infrastructure that systematically captures authentic, recent experiences.
And building that infrastructure to automate this process is exactly what you can learn by booking a free demo at Refusion.com.
They really have the blueprint to stop guessing and start mastering your online reputation.
Knowledge is only powerful when you apply it, so I'll leave you with this. The next time you book an appointment for yourself or a family member, look closely at those stars. Ask yourself, are you trusting the doctor's actual proven care or just a very small illusion of perfection?
Thanks for listening to the Refugium Podcast, your path to better healthcare.